Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be talking about a mission to the unknown, and we're going to be discussing specifically the unofficial Ian Levine animation, which I did get to see for the first time recently. I liked it. It's a little rough. It kind of reminds me of the 2016 version of Power of the Daleks, the way the animation looks, the way the animation moves. But again, this is an unofficial, project on a limited budget. With a limited number of animators. And it works. It does a good job of getting the story across. This is also the first time I've got to hear the original audio soundtrack, because I've only seen the remake, the college remake that was done about 3 or 4 years ago. I've seen that and really enjoyed it. So it was nice to be able to see this story with the original 60s audio. And again, I enjoy it. It's a nice little one-off episode. It's an interesting oddity in Doctor Who. Considering none of the main cast are in it, and it's all basically guest cast. And it's a nice little prologue for Dalek's Master Plan, and a great way, marketing-wise, to promote Dalek's Master Plan, because I know this episode takes place, and then we go to Mythmakers, and then we go to Dalek's Master Plan. So it's an interesting little thing to kind of entice viewers with, hey, the Daleks are back, and what is this cool thing they're building to? I like the idea of the cactuses. I forget what they're called. The idea that they can poke you with their thorns, and then that drives you insane, makes you murderous, and then eventually transforms you into one of them. That is a really cool concept. And I really like how they're animated. I find them fascinating because they're part animal and part plant. That's an interesting thing. The fact that they're animal and plant. I don't know why, but I find that fascinating. They're animated really well. I liked their makeup in the college remake as well. But something about the animation just looks creepy. They look less like cactuses and more like an alien animal plant hybrid, which works. Even though in the story he does describe them as cactuses. It's a little different. Instead of somebody getting a thorn on their arm, the original guy, they find it on his neck. The guy who accidentally gets stabbed by one later, it happens a little different than in the remake. So it's nice to see events play out slightly different in the animation than they do in the college remake. It's nice to kind of see two different versions of the same story, kind of like watching a recon versus watching an animation of a classic story. So that's pretty neat. Again, I was really impressed with the meeting, the aliens, when they all meet up with the Daleks to discuss their alliance. I love the different looks of them. They really do look very alien while looking distinctly different from each other. Very, very much props to the people who originally in the 60s came up with those designs, and for the people animating them. And then, just to find out that the good guys kind of lose here, the people who are trying to get a message sent off, they fail. The Daleks kind of win here. They manage to kill all of the astronauts one way or another and stop the message from being sent. And that's pretty cool. I kind of like the Daleks win, It's a good lead into Dalek's Master Plan. Like I said, the animation is good. It's limited. Think 2016 Power of the Daleks. But it's fine. It gave me an opportunity to, again, see the story with the original audio intact, which I'd never done. I liked it. I think I like it just as a tease to Dalek's Master Plan. I've never actually seen Dalek's Master Plan. So again, it's kind of a thing of got me kind of wanting to watch Dalek's Master Plan, which is its job. I really like the Dalek voices in it a lot as well. Classic Doctor Who, and sometimes even modern Doctor Who, but especially in classic Doctor Who, the Dalek voices are kind of hit or miss. But they're really good in this, which is only like the Dalek's 4th appearance. They're really, really good here when we hear them. And I like that they're in different pitches. Like the head Dalek's pitch is much higher than the other Daleks we hear, especially the two when he's talking to them. I like in the animation when he finishes giving them orders one time, he kind of about faces and you see his eye narrow. There's a couple times that happens in the animation where the eye kind of narrows, and that conveys a lot for me personally. Something about it, it's almost like a person when they're narrowing their eyes, either in thought or in not necessarily anger, but it feels impactful, at least to me, coming from the animation. I like that, just a That's why I much love in Modern Who and in early Classic Who when the Dalek's eyes did shift and move and narrow and widen more than in like Classic Who later when they just kind of became set pieces, like from Genesis onwards, or I forget the first one that really does it. But when they really became more just set pieces, that doesn't really work for me as much. I much prefer them narrowing and widening. But I enjoyed it. It was a great watch. A lot of fun, and definitely has me more interested in watching Dalek's Master Plan at some point. So, Mission to the Unknown, the Ian Levine animation. What do you think of it, and how does it compare to the remake to you? Which do you prefer? Other things to do, don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out, and I certainly appreciate it. I am trying to grow the channel to 1,000 subscribers. That's my goal for 2023 in Doctor Who's 60th anniversary year. I also have a Patreon. If you like what I do and would like to support what I do, there's a link to that down in the description as well. My P.O. box is down there if there's anything you would like to send me to look at and review. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Colin Coney, Stephen Crane, Finn Perkins, and Unknown289. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. I also have a link to my Amazon wish list down there as well. And Lance, because I know you're watching, I did redo it a little bit, so we'll go over what I got up here. I got my Super 7 L&J Toy Colors Lion-O. Yes, I have the vintage Lion-O 80s toys as well. So I got him in his 80s toy colors. I've got my Classics New Adventures He-Man back here. I've got the Masterverse 40th Anniversary He-Man here. You can see my Classics Adora in the back. Classics Prince Adam from the Orko pack. Classics New Adventures Mara. And Classics New Adventures / Intergalactic Skeletor back there. I also just picked up the Masterverse New Adventures He-Man recently. I have him down there. He's got the armor on. I've got my Classics one here. I prefer him without the armor. So I know you're also a big Masters of the Universe fan, so I thought I'd show you those real quick. Most importantly, thank you for watching.